Hi everyone, this is Piotr Kieszkowski from the Aquarium Television Definite Aquascape TV, and this is another part of my report about 11th edition of the fair ZooBotanica, held in the city of Wrocław in Poland on September 2012. In this episode I will show you next fragment of the exhibition made by fishkeepers, forums and associations. This time it will be the second alley, semicircular, located along the wall of the exhibition hall. We begin from the booth of the forum Bojownik.pl, run by the enthusiasts of various species of betta fishes. This is the first aquarium. Surprisingly, it is not stocked with any betta fish, but with various snails. There are apple snails here, Neritina snails, red rimmed Melanias and also some other snails. But I don't want to film the snails in a detailed way, so I go straight to fish. Here are first three aquariums correctly stocked with some bettas. First aquarium on the right side, here is the fighting fish of the crowntail variety. This variety has reduced webbing of the fins, so the tips of fin rays are not connected with each other. This makes the fish look as if it was not combed properly. In a moment this will be visible better. Right now, can you see it? When the fish moves and spreads its fins, again, you can see that the tips of the fin rays are free, not connected by the webbing. This is a characteristic feature of the crowntail variety. And now just a quick look at the layout itself. It's a pity that the water is still somewhat cloudy, because the layout is really good, with these reddish rotalas on the right side in the front and on the left side a little bit farther. The driftwood on the bottom adds some visual depth to the composition. Okay, so this was the first aquarium, and now we go to the middle one. Here we see a sapphire-colored longfin betta of the variety Half Moon. The tail of this variety, after spreading, takes the form of full semicircle. Well, right now the fish doesn't want to show itself in its full beauty, but anyway, you can see that its fins are really impressive. And finally, the third tank on the left side. Here is a shortfin betta. Shortfin betta, so-called placket, with white body and dragon scales, which are thicker and more visible than normal scales. It is worth noting that this fish has also half-moon tail, so after spreading it takes the form of full semicircle, but it is also not visible right now. Okay, so these were three aquariums with various ornamental varieties of betta fish, and now we go to another two aquariums stocked with wild species of bettas for a change. Unfortunately, I can't film much here, because fish are hiding somewhere between these dense plants. In the aquarium on the right side there are fighting fish betta picta, and in the left tank there is a hidden pair of betta strohi, and also some hangers rasboras, which are a little bit visible between the plants. Okay, so these were aquariums arranged by the members of the forum Bojownik.pl, and now we go to the booth of another forum, forum Cichlid.pl, grouping enthusiasts of various cichlids. First, greetings from some members of the forum, very intense greetings, and this is the first aquarium arranged by members of the forum. A Biotop aquarium stocked with large and small Eartheaters, very natural looking layout, matching the color of the fish. Fine sand, some driftwood and leaves on the bottom. All this looks very good, and the fish blend very well with these surroundings. This is Satanoperca jurupari, Eartheater occurring in vast areas of South America. There is a second species of Eartheaters in this aquarium. Fish of this species are sticking to the right front part of the tank. I'm talking about these smaller fish, to me somehow similar to the ram cichlids, but they are not rams, they are young Eartheaters, Guianacara stergiosi. Okay, this was aquarium with Eartheaters, and now the second aquarium arranged by members of Cichlid.pl. This tank is much bigger, because Cichlids here are also bigger. There is a pair of Cichlids originating from Mexico here. Species name is Paratheraps fenestratus. Now we see the male of this species with very nice coloration of its head. And this is the third aquarium arranged by the members of Cichlid.pl. There are fish from Africa here. The layout is composed of sand and some stones. There are clumps of hornwort plants, and the fish are mouth breeders from the Victoria Lake. This is the male of the species Haplochromis in a color. The next booth belongs to the recently founded Aquarium Forum of the Kujawsko-Pomorskie region. There is one aquarium at the booth. It's a typical Biotop aquarium, very diverse layout. There are many fragments of driftwood, many leaves on the bottom, and also numerous plants. This is Biotop from Asia. There is a large group of young tiger barbs here, which apparently feel great in such large numbers and in such great surroundings. You can see here that tiger barb is fish which has to be kept in groups. There is always something going on then, fish behave naturally, and if there is any aggression, it is spread over many individuals. And this is the second aquarium arranged by the members of the Aquarium Forum of the Kujawsko-Pomorskie region. It is standing just opposite to the booth of the forum. It is also a biotop tank, but there are fish from Africa here, so we also have African plants, namely Anubias and Bulbitis. There are two species of killifish here. This is probably a pair, yeah, now it's visible better, probably a pair of killifish Aphyosemin volcanum, and here from the side there are clown killifish Epiplatys annulatus swimming in. Actually, fish in this aquarium are quite numerous, but they are difficult to spot because they are constantly disappearing in the abandoned hideouts. Here we have a slightly longer shot of clown killifish swimming by the surface of the water. A very nice fish, but it is very difficult to exhibit them in a way which would fully bring out their beauty. Okay, this was the second aquarium arranged by fishkeepers from the Kujawsko-Pomorskie region, and now we go to the last booth in this episode of my report, the booth of the Aquarium Forum of the Podkarpackie region. There are two aquariums at the booth, but I start in an unusual manner with three aquariums standing opposite to the booth. Three nano aquariums. This is the first tank. The layout is mostly driftwood overgrown with minipelia. There are higher grades of crystal red shrimps here. This is, for example, Mosura shrimp of the crown variety with characteristic red dot on its head. Okay, this was the first nano aquarium. Now the middle tank with interesting color composition, because this reddish Ludwigia in the background looks very good with the color of the driftwood. And inside the aquarium there is a whole swarm of crystal red shrimps of lower grades. And finally, the third aquarium on the left side. There are no shrimps here, only the layout itself, consisting of stones, driftwood and plants. It looks a little bit like a bonsai tree. There are some pebbles on the bottom. Here would be trunk of this tree and some branches above it. Of course, all of this is just driftwood with some phoenix moss attached to it. and in the back there is a wall of Vallisneria plants, which makes nice background for the whole layout. Okay, these were 3 nano aquariums arranged by members of the forum of the Podkarpackie region, and now we go to the booth itself. The aquariums here are really interesting, and this is the reason why I left them for the end of this video. This is the first tank, a small planted aquarium. Please note all the plants with slightly reddish color of leaves. First, this grass-like blixa in the foreground and slightly farther by the left wall, and second, this clump of stem plants in the background on the right side. I think it is the Diplis diandra. The color of these plants matches very well with the color of light and is very nicely complemented by the color of Hengel's rasboras swimming here, which also have this slightly reddish orange bright color. Very nice small planted composition, which of course would require much more light if one would like to maintain it for a longer time. And this is the biggest aquarium arranged by the members of the forum. Amazing planted aquarium, which has an additional visual depth because of this white background, illuminated by a small LED lamp. The aquarium itself is not big actually, the length is about 80 centimeters, dark gravel, some cereus stones, some driftwood, and a lot of colorful plants. This reddish clump in the back is, I think, some species of Rotala, a very nice additional color accent. The fish which are swimming here are green neon tetras Paracheirodon simulans. All this composes very well with each other. Now the central part, the bottom is planted mostly with Leucaris, and on the right side the main strong point is this large clump of Microzorum masking the internal filter. But there are also some Anubias here and some Blixa in the right corner. A very good layout indeed, and if the plants would be given some time to grow properly, then this layout could easily take part in one of the international aquascaping contests, and it could win some serious awards. Okay, so this is the last aquarium which I wanted to show you today. We can spend a moment just looking at this tank. Of course, I filmed it also using the tripod, so you will have the opportunity to take a closer look at this layout in one of my future videos. And now I thank you for your attention. This was Piotr Kieszkowski from the Aquarium Television Definite Aquascape TV.